We're in Medina County, Texas, and you are looking at the site. There are no remains here, but you're looking at the site of an old fort called Fort Lincoln that was established here on this bank of the SECO Creek. SECO means dry creek in Spanish, and you can see part of the creek bed right there. And on those bluffs was, of course, now you got a bunch of brush, but back then it was cleared off for the fort. And so this is the area, pretty wild country out here, that was established as one of the permanent frontier forts, one of 8 along the Texas border, or the Texas frontier, I should say, actually. And this is a commemorative plaque here that you're going to be looking at called Fort Lincoln, and we'll read it for you. It says, when the war with Mexico ended in 1848, the U.S. established a series of forts along the Rio Grande to secure the border. Simultaneously, a first line of defense from frontier forts were built from Fort Worth southward through the area to defend settlers against Indian attacks. West from this point, across SECO Creek on a high bluff at the site of old Fort Lincoln, one of the first line forts established on July 7, 1849. It was named for Captain George Lincoln, who died in the war with Mexico. By 1851, there were barracks with 2 companies, a hospital, a warehouse, all constructed of wood. The company commander, Captain James Longstreet, later a Civil War general, and his men built the fort. In July 1852, the fort was closed because the frontier had moved west, quote unquote. For 25 years after the fort closed, settlers fought Indians over possession of this land. At times, a small force of Texas Rangers was here to help defend the settlers. This was established by the Medina County Historical Commission in 1995. So this is the area, folks, where you're seeing here. It was part of the old wild Texas frontier. I'll just give you a general overview of the entire area. This is Farm to Market Road 1796, which brings you here off of Highway 90. So we're about 68 miles west of San Antonio, Texas. And this is still pretty wild country out here, even in the 21st century. So this is near the town of D'Hanis. That was a town that they were protecting from depredations against the Native Americans, which this was all part of really Comancheria. So the Comanches really controlled a lot of this vast territory out here. So there's not much to see, but if you ever come out to Texas, this is part of the Southwest and our history. And this is Medina County, Texas, the site of what was once here on these bluffs across the SECO Creek, what was Fort Lincoln, one of the frontier forts in Texas, from Medina County. Hope you enjoyed it.